I've written down my customers, I figured out my interview questions that are going to lead me into a beautiful conversation, and I know that I'm going to, theoretically, change my idea based upon what I hear, but I'm still kind of nervous. Like, how do I actually start?
So one way of just getting over the nerves, giving you a little bit of confidence, is to, on a piece of paper, actually write down what it is that you're going to say to the person to start. Yeah, it sounds a bit salesy and like a little bit scripted, but you're just going to use that the first few times just to get you to pick up that phone, make that phone call, or actually approach that person, at the meetup or in the cafe. I'd keep it to, a sentence that you can remember, just so you don't walk up and start just babbling, and keeps it to exactly what you need to say, your major information. This is going to take 20 minutes. If you say something along the lines of, I'd love to buy you, a coffee or a cake for your time, just remembering to put that in and also follow through with that afterwards. And just to say something as vague as possible around, I'm just researching like the problems within fitness.
Cool. Back to the template. Let's do that now. We'll script out the start of our conversation. Do you have 10 minutes to ask a few questions? I'm researching around problem area, and I'd love to shout you a coffee when we're done. Is it worth having something to finish up each conversation, so I know all I've got to do is start here, get over my nerves, and finish here? How do you cap off a conversation?
Yes, I think if that helps you, again, I agree with you. It's just whatever is going to give you the confidence to just dive into the pool of scary customer research and do it, then do it. To cap off, totally you can say something like, if you have said, I'll buy you a coffee and cake, remember to follow up with that, I'll buy you a coffee and cake now. And you can always just thank them. It's somebody who's given you their time. If you've really felt like it was appropriate because they were excited by the idea, or they did mention, oh, my friends would love this, you could always end with, if there's anybody else that really is suffering from this as well, I'd love to interview them too, only if that's appropriate for you.
The cool thing about doing customer interviews is that you are finding people that are going to be early adopter customers.
Yes, that is always the best possible result, where you get to the end of an interview, you haven't even pitched a solution, but they're already saying, take my email address and tell me whenever you come out with whatever it is you're doing. And also talk to my 5 friends who also have this problem. I find actually from doing a customer interview, sometimes what you get out of it is almost the copy that you're going to put on your website. Sometimes people throw taglines at you that you would not have come up with on your own.
What do I do once I've found some people that actually have the problem and I've explored it with them? Do I write this stuff down, or what? What do I do with it?
Definitely write down your biggest insights. So especially you'll have this as well, those moments where you go, oh, bingo, that is going to totally change the way that we design the app, or that's going to change the way that we write our copy. Get those things down. And my biggest takeaway from doing this for years now is you've got to actually act on your insights afterwards, or if you're in a team, share those insights with the team. I'd actually tell them the stories. So empathy is huge. We talk about empathy in lots of different forms, but a really great job that you have in the role as interviewer is being able to help other people just get into the minds and the worlds of the people you're trying to help. And the more you do that, just the better your solutions and your ideas will naturally be.
Easy, right? Note down an opening line, practice a bunch of times, and then just get out there and try it.
You're going to be really embarrassing and you're going to feel really scared, but the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And what matters more is to, once you've done it, reflect upon it. How could you have improved your questions? How could you have improved your opening? What was it that, you could have done a little bit better? Okay,
so assuming that our audience here has never done this before, tell me what it feels like to have done this dozens and dozens of times. What is the difference between the first one and the 12th one?
I say the difference is just how much less hesitation you have when even if it's, for example, you go into a cafe and you think, I'm going to identify one person in my target market that I want to interview. You get better firstly at identifying who that person is, and you usually find you are just getting a much better interview because you yourself are more confident and relaxed. So that's really it. It's confidence.